Tired of spills and stains on your sofa? WashableSofas.com has your back. Featuring the Anabay collection, the only designer sofa that's machine washable inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly prices. That's right, sofas start at just $699. Enjoy a no-risk experience with pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and changeable slip covers made with performance fabrics. Experience cloud-like comfort with high-resilience foam that's hypoallergenic and never needs fluffing. The sturdy steel frame ensures longevity, and the modular pieces can be rearranged anytime. Check out WashableSofas.com and get up to 60% off your Anabay sofa, backed by a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not absolutely in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping or restocking fees. Every penny back. Upgrade now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Lay down. Kelly.
We're live everywhere on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. It's Tech Thursday. That means Marsha Collier joins us in studio. As always, it's wonderful to see you, Marsha Collier. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. Let's dive right into this since we're a little bit behind on the clock. We are inundated with all things AI. And one of the continuing themes we've talked about is protecting our privacy.
That's for sure.
What is the intersection of AI and privacy from where you sit?
AI and there is no more privacy. There are some things you can do when you use AI tools. And I said we're short on time. We may have to carry it over, but I think this is important. You know, there are quite a few AI tools that you can deal with.
Yes.
There's Grok from X. DuckDuckDuck has Duck.ai. There's Perplexity. There's Proton Lumo. Microsoft Copilot, Anthropic Claude, I call it Claude, and Google Gemini, ChatGPT, which is OpenAI.
Is there a huge difference between these different chat bots or AI interfaces?
I think so. What I've done in my own experimentation, first of all, I don't recommend downloading the app because you're just opening the door. Hello, come in. Read everything I have right here.
Because you have to give permissions.
Yeah, exactly. Just for downloading the app. And you don't have to do that. They all have a website. You can go to the website, and they all have some sort of free basis that you can use it. You may run out of time and space, but just play with it if you like it and do. If you have a question, let's say your rhododendrons are dying in your garden. I mean, pick up something like that. Ask something about rhododendron culture and why is this happening. Ask it to 3 different and see what kind of answer you get back.
When I use Google, I'm just looking up, hey, what time does the movie start or whatever? Google now it integrates with Gemini. It gives me an AI overview regardless of whether I ask for it or not. So it seems like it's being integrated everywhere, whether I'm looking for it or not.
Kind of like our governor said, whether you like it or not.
True. So, and I know Mark Ronner probably thinks that this is going to be the end of civilization as we know it. Paraphrasing him.
It may well be. Honestly.
Wait, which part of it now? I was doing something else and then just heard you trying to needle me about AI.
No. We're saying that AI is embedded in search engines, and we're making the point, like, whether you like it or not, AI is going to be integrated in most facets of life. The cameras that we're using on this show tonight, there's AI where they're studying our faces and our movements, and it's trained to recognize us, identify us, and follow us in the studio.
Yeah, earlier in the day, I bookmarked a tweet from somebody that I wanted to share with you. It says telling people who oppose AI have fun getting left behind doesn't really work as a response. They've seen where AI is leading people in society and have decided that's not where they want to go. When a car is speeding towards a cliff, getting left behind is just fine.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark, I was just saying, downloading the apps is just opening the door.
Yeah.
You're putting it on your device. If you really want to do it, you can go to, each one has a website. You can go and ask the questions. It was, I think I mentioned once, my earthquake insurance policy. I took the details from that and I gave it to 3 different AIs and asked their opinion on it. Boy, did they have opinions. But what was interesting is ChatGPT was more empathetic. Grok had a lot of thinking to do. And the other one was just, kind of very factual. The thing that I wonder about it is, I have the answer. Are your chats used for targeted ads? What do you think?
I think obviously any type of data which is being used and stored and sold is going to be used for marketing purposes at some point.
It's all fair game, and it shouldn't be.
Well, ChatGPT, OpenAI's privacy policy says it does not sell or share
Lies.
Personal data.
Lies.
For contextual behavioral advertising.
Lies.
Claude doesn't use conversations for targeted ads.
Lies.
Google
Lies.
doesn't use chat. This is in their privacy policy. What can I say? But the ones that say and admit to it, yes, Perplexity, which is really popular now and worth trying out. Again, go to the website, ask a question that's bothering you. What can I substitute for, I don't know.
But obviously don't give it personal information.
Well, that's the problem. If you give it personal information. But what I wanted to tell you is Microsoft, that's baked in. Copilot is baked into the computer.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want it using your data for targeted ads and other things, what you need to do is click your profile image, in the upper right-hand corner, your name, privacy and disabling, personalization and memory. A separate link disables all personalized ads for your Microsoft account.
I have a question. You may not know the answer to this because I'm springing it on you. Just about, if I understand you correctly, any Windows computer or laptop at this point that we purchase, it will have Copilot loaded in it, won't it?
Not all of Copilot. You still have to give permission for the extended version.
Okay.
This is one of the reasons why I'm testing and forcing myself to use one of the new Super Pro Chromebooks. Boy, it's a challenge, but it's all different. And I figure we're keeping the data with one person, one company.
You hope.
I hope.
When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation with Marsha Collier, maybe get into what Samsung is up to in advance of what Google is getting ready to let us know what they're up to.
AI.
Just gave the game away. It's later with Mo Kelly. It's Tech Thursday. Marsha Collier joins us in studio. KFI AM6.
Tired of spills and stains on your sofa? WashableSofas.com has your back. Featuring the Anabay collection, the only designer sofa that's machine washable inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly prices. That's right, sofas start at just $699. Enjoy a no-risk experience with pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and changeable slipcovers made with performance fabrics. Experience cloud-like comfort with high-resilience foam that's hypoallergenic and never needs fluffing. The sturdy steel frame ensures longevity, and the modular pieces can be rearranged anytime. Check out WashableSofas.com and get up to 60% off your Anabay sofa, backed by a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not absolutely in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping or restocking fees. Every penny back. Upgrade now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
40.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. And we're live right now in studio with the Marsha Collier as we talk about all things tech on this Thursday. Marsha, I know that beyond the conversation of AI, every single device in the IoT, the Internet of Things, will include AI going forward. Is that a reasonable assumption?
Your refrigerator is going to have AI. Your stove is going to have AI. It's going to be everywhere. But the only thing you can do is you can regulate how much of it you're going to let in. When you have to agree to extra terms, because you buy something, just by buying it and using it, you're agreeing to certain stuff. But when they want to add stuff on and they ask for more, click here to agree, you better read what you're doing. And why not copy and paste it into another AI and see what it really is? Just
use it against itself.
Ask for a summary or a bulleted point document. That's what it's good for, and that's what I use it for. But there are people using AI now. I'm sure Sam can tell us about that they're falling in love with AI. They're supplemental girlfriends and boyfriends.
Yeah, and Sam was telling us about that. We're talking about Sam, the sex doctor, how people, and I think there's a generational difference where it serves a utility. AI serves a utility, companionship in their lives that it doesn't make sense in my life. I'm still about the actual person. Even though I may talk to someone only via screen, I know that there is a person on the other side.
Well, but don't you remember the days when you called 1-888 and it...
I never did that.
But I'm sure you didn't. But I remember seeing the ads.
It was 976.
It was a 976. Yeah, no, I think every generation had their own version of it. I mean, now it's just gotten, and as soon as the robots really start looking good, I see that one robot at all the tech conferences, and they've improved her every year.
Oh, look, it's going to be here, that actual physical companion. I'll just say companion.
Yeah.
That is going to replace a human within someone's life.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But it will be good in certain ways, like people who need caretakers, people who've had surgery and need a nurse to watch them. They can take pictures. They can send pictures back to a doctor. They can follow instructions. I mean, that can be done. We have the technology for that now. We just have to make them look a little less scary, I think.
Yeah, they haven't quite mastered the facial expressions, the eye where it looks like it's looking at you as opposed to past you, the subtleties which make it feel more human.
Well, the humanity. It's just like on some radio stations, they use AI to read the news.
I was telling Mark that. He didn't want to hear that. He's saying it was abomination, that no one wants it. I said, no, the corporate overlords absolutely want it.
Yeah, the corporate overlords do, because they'll make money and they won't have to pay a human being enough to survive.
Right.
Correct.
The rest of humanity doesn't want it and has no interest in listening to an AI deliver the news or anything else.
When we're off the air, I will be glad to tell you who, when and where and who has it. And
some of it is damn good, as far as pretty hard to distinguish. It's trained off of real people.
Well, also, if you think that a journalist is just a news reader, I got a few things to tell you.
You stop being so altruistic, okay? We all know that it's not the same as an actual journalist is making editorial decisions.
Is not a news reader, and they're not just a presenter. There's a difference between a presenter and a journalist. A journalist finds the stories or does the stories that the presenter presents. And the presenter can be AI very easily.
This is exhausting and depressing.
The end is nigh.
Yeah, I mean, the journalist can have the human intuition, and that's one of the things that they lack, even in the voices of the AI, you don't hear the cadence of a human, the way we talk.
Yeah, it's very unappealing. And by the way, I think it's sometimes a mistake to try and separate those elements out into discrete, singular elements. I mean, I'm all those things. I read the news, but I'm also a journalist.
But you're also more expensive.
Not that much.
You're more expensive than zero.
Yeah, more than zero, yes.
Yep, more expensive than zero. But, I know you guys talked about that, but AI, all you have to do is think about it. Human empathy is one thing it can't yet, and I don't think it will in our lifetimes, put into the equation of its decision making.
I hate to be conspiratorial. I think it exists, but probably on a military level, not consumer use. Like, for example, I make this analogy all the time. You look at the satellite photos of the 1960s, and with the exception of color, it's pretty damn good. And that was the 1960s. Okay. Who knows what they have today? And
except the pictures of the moon. The pictures of the moon that they did in the olden days don't even look like it's on the moon. So, there's that.
She's talking about Stanley Kubrick faking it. Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's Capricorn 1. I know. But my point is, I'm quite sure what we as consumers are seeing and using, probably a small percentage of the true capability which has already been reached.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no question about it. But still, there will have to be the human, because a mathematical decision isn't always the best one.
No.
I mean, do you want to continue to send someone for medical treatment and medical treatment and medical treatment? And yes, it's going to work. And yes, it's going to cure them eventually. But the years that they may have to spend in treatment may eat up too much of their life, too much of their happy time, too much of their family time.
No, there has to be a human element. And this is where I do agree with Mark. Humans are still needed in the equation of AI's capabilities. It can't do anything without us. It still has to learn from articles which are actually already in existence. It's taking information that we're inputting into it. So AI is not exclusive of us. It has to be inclusive of us. So far, at least for now.
Well, there's a new app called Notebook LM from Google. And someone has taken my books and gone chapter by chapter.
Oh, gosh.
And it makes a 2-person podcast. And to God, this is the truth. And the 2-person podcast, you'd swear it was people, but it is in that halting AI voice.
Mm-hmm.
And they discuss each chapter of my book, just like they were reviewing the book and the whole thing. And there's nothing I can do about it.
Are they selling it?
No. But they're getting clicks for their advertisers.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
See, now we make money in many different ways, and this will just be another way to make money.
I just want to leave you with one thought. We keep talking about AI replacing workers and professionals and journalists and whatnot. You know what would be the best use of AI would be to replace CEOs, because those things are expensive, and as far as I can tell, they don't do that much.
And they won't need that balloon at the end when they get fired.
The parachute, golden parachute.
Golden parachute.
The only problem is it's the CEO who would have to make the expenditure and also the decision. And just like Congress, they're not going to do anything which might end up replacing them.
It's going to be a tough sell, and it may require some force.
Yeah, let's just go back to the gold standard and we'll figure it out from there.
Well, that ain't going to happen, so. Marsha, Collier, it's always great to see you. Love having you in studio, and hope we get to do it again this time next week.
I hope so, too.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. And I really do encourage you to at least check out the YouTube show, which is managed by our video technical director, Daniel. There is a video component to all these stories that we discuss. We have guests. You get to see him, her, or them. And you can also participate with the other Momigos, the people who are in the chat. Or you could just watch the show and you can X out of the chat so you don't see any of the comments and just enjoy it for what it is. But it's a new way to experience radio, especially KFI. specifically later with Mo Kelly. And something we talk about often on the show, movies and movie theaters. And we talked about how movie theaters were specifically trying to make more money, get another stream of income, if you will, by adding commercials to the pre-show trailers. So you'd have a trailer, then maybe a full-blown commercial, then another trailer, another commercial, where it used to be you didn't have commercials. You may have local ads, which were on a static frame in between the movies, and people would come in and the lights were up, and you just have like an ad for a bowling alley, and it would just be static. I'm talking about full-blown commercials, which are after the lights have come down. I'm not talking about the M&Ms. I'm not talking about where they're saying don't talk or text. I'm talking specifically about this product or that product. And it got to be to the point where the pre-show show, if you will, 28 to 30 minutes long of you watching trailers and adverts. And so people started saying, well, since I know that it's going to be a good half hour in which I'm going to be watching this non-movie content, people like Mark Ronner, people like Twala Sharp said, hey, why don't we just show up a little bit later, like a half hour later? Why? Because most movie theaters, you have reserved seating. You don't have to fight for a seat or get there early to claim a seat anymore. You probably have already purchased your seat or reserved your seat weeks or months in advance. Twala, I hate to tell all his business, but whenever a movie goes on sale that he wants to see, he will often buy the tickets the first day. So he knows weeks in advance where he's going to be, when he's going to be, what seat he's going to be in, and what time the movie starts. And the listed movie time usually is at least 30 minutes before the movie actually starts. So when a company like AMC or Regal or Cinemark, Edwards, whoever it may be, says out loud, yes, we are adding commercials to the trailers and the pre-show, a lot of people said, you know what, I don't need to be there. I don't need to sit down for a 12:30 movie at 12:30 when I know it's not going to start until 1 o'clock. I can maybe get there at 12:30 and then get in the concessions line because it's going to take at least 20 minutes for me to get my food, and I can be confident in the fact that I'm not going to miss anything.
I actually liked the addition of the notification of the extra 30 minutes of wait time, because for me, that gave me a nice sigh of relief. Like, oh, okay, I don't got to rush. Like sometimes I'd be like for a 12:30 film, it's like, Mark, like we're good. 12:15, 12:20. I'm still working on stuff here. Like we're good. The trailers, all that. We show up at 1, our film probably still won't be showing, and that has happened. So for me, that 12:30 cushion. That's for that ungodly long line where you're standing in there for whatever it is they may be cooking for you. Where they're like, it'll be about 15, 20 minutes for pizza.
But it seems now that AMC is saying, okay, we've heard you. We've heard your complaints. We understand that you're not cool with that. And they are getting pushback from movie studios. They're saying like, hey, we're paying to have our trailers in your movies. And since you, AMC, have announced that they're going to have all these extra commercials, people are not sitting in and watching our trailers.
Oh, I guess that would be a drawback.
Yeah, so they're saying, well, maybe we as AMC need to rethink this. You damn right you need to rethink it.
Because you know what? It was actually like a half-hour series. Because it would start with the AMC, hey, you're at AMC. Welcome to AMC. And then it would go into trailer. And then it would go into like a 2 commercial break. And then trailer, commercial break, trailer, commercial. And then you're moving. And I'm like, this is like a half-hour television series. Oh, and then Nicole Kidman. Well, Nicole Kidman and the couple who are fighting or dancing and partying over Coca-Cola or whatever.
Right.
They happen. And then Nicole. And then the whole welcome to AMC. Your theater. It's the experience. I want to go see IMAX. They got to do the big presentation. But it's literally like a half-hour television show before your thing, your movie.
Mark, I know you're busy, but I'm going to interrupt you anyway. Are you in any way dissuaded knowing that there's going to be the 30-minute pre-show roll?
It just drives me out of my mind. I think it's so rude. And like at the basis of a lot of the things we talk about, I just insist we have the right to be notified of stuff that's being done to us or on us or for us. Pick your preposition. We deserve to know when we're consuming AI. We deserve to know when the damn movie starts. But it's in a lot of people's financial best interest that we don't know any of that's not disclosed.
I agree with you, but I'm not naive to how capitalism works. And AMC or any movie theater, they're in the business of trying to have as much money come in as possible. That means $8 for a bucket of popcorn. That means $6 for some Junior Mints.
That means $80 for that Galactus popcorn bucket.
Yes, and if it means that they can stuff in some other commercials and add to their revenue stream, they're going to do it. Now it seems like it's like law of diminishing returns, where the more commercials they stuff in it, the less inclined people are actually going to sit in the theater and watch the trailers or the commercials. And I'm quite sure they have the metrics to validate this, that there are fewer people in the seats prior to the movie actually starting. They can monitor all that. So for them to say, okay, they're looking to shorten the pre-show, that means that the statistics have not validated adding the commercials beyond the revenue.
No, that stuff tends to find its equilibrium sooner or later. And of course, they have marketing research to validate all that. But the simple fact that the marketing research quantifies is that you can only squeeze people up to a point. You can squeeze them a lot, but not infinitely. And that's what these commercials are doing.
Absolutely agree.
You're like a vigilante, Mark. I swear. Listen, you talk to us like Charles Bronson.
That's right.
Death Wish 3.
Right. You believe in Jesus? Well, you're going to meet him.
I thought he was more like more Dirty Harry. Feeling lucky?
They're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, same decade. When we come back, let's talk about HBO Max and Hulu. HBO Max is going to crack down on password sharing, a la Netflix and Disney, and Hulu, the app, is going away.
Time for a sofa upgrade? Visit WashableSofas.com and discover Anabay, where designer style meets budget-friendly prices, with sofas starting at $699. Anabay brings you the ultimate in furniture innovation with a modular design that allows you to rearrange your space effortlessly. Perfect for both small and large spaces, Anabay is the only machine-washable sofa inside and out. Say goodbye to stains and messes with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics that make cleaning easy. Liquid simply slides right off. Designed for custom comfort, our high-resilience foam lets you choose between a sink-in feel or a supportive memory foam blend. Plus, our pet-friendly, stain-resistant fabrics ensure your sofa stays beautiful for years. Don't compromise quality for price. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your living space today with no-risk returns and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Get up to 60% off plus free shipping and free returns. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
We'll tell you about it in just a moment.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Oh, Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere on YouTube and the iHeartRadio app and social media in general. And if you do anything on streaming like I do, you might have 4 or 5 different streaming services. You might have Hulu, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Peacock, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus. You can run the list. Some are much more stringent with password sharing than others. Last year, I would say, maybe 2 years ago, Netflix had this plan, and I thought it was crazy. I thought there's no way they're going to do this. It's going to be harmful to the company. They're going to lose subscribers. But Netflix decided to crack down on password sharing. And what they did was they basically forced you to log in from where your Wi-Fi is located and designate that as your home Wi-Fi. So anyone who logged in on your profile from some other Wi-Fi location, they would know that you were sharing your password, and they would lock you out. And you'd have to get an extra credential, which like maybe $6.99. It was at a reduced price, but still they were cracking down on password sharing. I didn't think it was going to work. I thought it was going to piss off subscribers more than anything. It was going to be more harmful than helpful. I was completely wrong, and Netflix made more money than ever before. It worked like gangbusters. And I obviously was not the only one who had that opinion, because the other streaming services were reticent to adopt the policy. They were really slow on the uptick as far as trying to do the same thing. And it's taken years for the other streaming services to dip their toe in that water. Now, HBO Max, which is similarly priced to Netflix, it's one of the more expensive ones, depending on your streaming level. They are now going to start, as of next month, cracking down on password sharing. And they say they're going to get aggressive, as it reads, next month. And this is according to the Warner Brothers digital streaming chief, J.B. Perrette. That's what he had to say. They're going to start cracking down. And they say, it goes to something like this. They say the message language right now has been a fairly soft, cancelable message. It will start to get more fixed and such that people will have to take action, as opposed to right now sort of having to be a voluntary process. Once those directives are established, he said the real benefit will start probably in the fourth quarter and then kick in 2026. So they're going to try to very politely nudge you and suggest, hey, you have this option. We know that you're sharing passwords with your cousin, your friend, your brother, your girlfriend, your baby mama. That's going to have to stop. So you're going to have to buy another login or, another subscription. And then it'll get progressively more angry by the time they get to around Christmas or so. But they're going to start this next month. And I just checked. I didn't know I still had HBO Max. I could have sworn I had canceled that streaming service because there's like nothing I watched. Mark, the last thing I watched on HBO Max was, I think, Tokyo Vice.
Well, that's a good one to go out on, but
yeah, but they've been getting my money since then. That's the problem.
They've got some good stuff on there. I'm trying to remember the last thing on there.
Exactly.
Well, I watch John Oliver every week. He's terrific. He's worth the whole subscription price right there.
Well, that's usually the case. If there are one or two things that you can swear by, dependable, and a long season, you can't depend on it as far as just a movie. You need more than just a movie here or there. Then, yeah, it'll justify the subscription.
I don't think they have South Park anymore. I think that just moved to Paramount Plus.
Yeah, that billion.
And I just got rid of Paramount Plus.
Well, can't have it all. Can't have it all. And speaking of can't have it all, you can't have the Hulu app much longer. But the service is going to live on. This is according to Disney. They announced this on Wednesday, yesterday. Disney is going to be fully integrating Hulu into its Disney Plus service, and the unified app will roll out next year. Hulu will exist as a tile on the Disney Plus platform. If you log into Disney Plus, you'll see drop downs for like Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel. They will do the same thing, except Hulu will have its own tile and section. And beginning this fall, it will also replace the Star tile on Disney Plus internationally after previously being a U.S.-only app. Here's what they said. Bob Iger, the CEO, said, quote, "Today we are announcing a major step forward in strengthening our streaming offering by fully integrating Hulu into Disney Plus. This will create an impressive package of entertainment, pairing the highest caliber brands and franchises, great general entertainment, family programming, news, and industry-leading live sports content in a single app. Work is already underway to continue enhancing our technology, and over the coming months, we will be implementing numerous improvements within the Disney Plus app, including exciting new features and a more personalized homepage, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah." As of this story, the official ESPN standalone app will cost $29.99 a month. Oof. You're going to have to make some decisions. You can't have all these streaming services.
Oh, that's a bit much.
Yeah, and I think Disney, the year subscription, I think is $139 now, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm seeing more of the streamers make you pay for a whole year at once, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I only do that, at Prime and Disney Plus. Disney Plus, because I know there's 7 to 8 things I'm going to be watching over the course of a year. I don't have a problem with that one.
Also, I'm the only one that doesn't like Disney Plus.
It's one of the basics. You got to have it. But the thing is, a lot of the streamers used to give you a discount if you paid for all 12 months at once. Now it's just kind of standard, and that's how it auto renews. And I don't like that.
Well, it used to be if you pay the highest tier, you wouldn't get any ads. Now it's almost impossible for you to get a streaming service without ads. I paid for premium Amazon Prime, and now they got to say, well, if you pay an extra $2.50 a month, you can get it with no ads.
You'll watch them and you'll like them.
Wait, it's like, I thought that's what I had in the first place. So they said, no, sir, that's what you used to have. What do you mean? I didn't change anything.
Cable.
Well,
I mean, it's costing money.
But it's still, for me and my lifestyle, what I was paying for DirecTV satellite, I'm not still anywhere close. I'm still under $100.
Do you share an app with anybody?
I'm not saying that live.
Of course not. I didn't mean to bust you out on the air.
That's inappropriate. That's downright stealing.
No, you believe in the law. I should make that clear to everybody listening right now.
KFI AM640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.
There's nothing like sinking into luxury. At WashableSofas.com, you'll find the Anabay sofa, which combines ultimate comfort and design at an affordable price. And get this, it's the only sofa that's fully machine washable from top to bottom, starting at only $699. The stain-resistant performance fabric slipcovers and cloud-like frame duvet can go straight into your wash. Perfect for anyone with kids, pets, or anyone who loves an easy-to-clean, spotless sofa. With a modular design and changeable slipcovers, you can customize your sofa to fit any space and style. Whether you need a single chair, love seat, or a luxuriously large sectional, Anabay has you covered. Visit WashableSofas.com to upgrade your home. Right now, you can shop up to 60% off store-wide with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Add a little to your life. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.